Simulacra and Simulation by Baudrillard. Read by Stеaдyy Делта. Part 5. Political Incantation. Watergate. The same scenario as in Disneyland. Effect of the imaginary concealing that reality no more exists outside than inside the limits of the artificial perimeter. Here the scandal effect hiding that there is no difference between the facts and their denunciation. Identical methods on the part of the CIA and of the Washington Post journalists. Same operation, tending to regenerate through scandal a moral and political principle. Through the imaginary, a sinking reality principle. The denunciation of scandal is always a homage to the law, and Watergate in particular succeeded in imposing the idea that Watergate was a scandal. In this sense, it was a prodigious operation of intoxication, a large dose of political morality re-injected on a world scale. One could say along with Bourdieu, the essence of every relation of force is to dissimulate itself as such, and to acquire all its force only because it dissimulates itself as such. Understood as follows. Capital, immoral and without scruples, can only function behind a moral superstructure, and whoever revives this public morality through indignation, denunciation, etc., works spontaneously for the order of capital. This is what the journalists of the Washington Post did. But this would be nothing but the formula of ideology, and when Bourdieu states it, he takes the relation of force for the truth of capitalist domination, and he himself denounces this relation of force as scandal. He is thus in the same deterministic and moralistic position as the Washington Post journalists are. He does the same work of purging and reviving moral order, an order of truth in which the veritable symbolic violence of the social order is engendered, well beyond all the relations of force, which are only its shifting and indifferent configuration in the moral and political consciences of men. All that capital asks of us is to receive it as rational, or to combat it in the name of rationality, to receive it as moral, or to combat it in the name of morality, because these are the same, which can be thought of in another way. Formerly, one worked to dissimulate scandal. Today, one works to conceal that there is none. Watergate is not a scandal. This is what must be said at all costs because it is what everyone is busy concealing. This dissimulation masking a strengthening of morality, of a moral panic as one approaches the primitive mise en scène of capital, its instantaneous cruelty, its incomprehensible ferocity, its fundamental immorality. That is what is scandalous, unacceptable to the system of moral and economic equivalence. That is the axiom of leftist thought. From the theories of the Enlightenment up to communism, one imputes this thinking to the contract of capital, but it doesn't give a damn. It is a monstrous, unprincipled enterprise, nothing more. It is enlightened thought that seeks to control it by imposing rules on it, and all the recrimination that replaces revolutionary thought today comes back to incriminate capital for not following the rules of the game. Power is unjust, its justice is a class justice, capital exploits us, etc. As if capital were linked by a contract to the society it rules. It is the left that holds out the mirror of equivalence to capital, hoping that it will comply with this phantasmagoria of the social contract and fulfill its obligations to the whole of society. By the same token, no need for revolution. It suffices that capital accommodate itself to the rational formula of exchange. Capital, in fact, was never linked by a contract to the society that it dominates. It is a sorcery of social relations. It is a challenge to society, and it must be responded to as such. It is not a scandal to be denounced according to moral or economic rationality, but a challenge to take up according to symbolic law.